Hello everyone, it's Sovereign. Today we're going to be talking about an upcoming post that was put on forums, or forums as I should say. This only is a very new post. By the time you've watched this, it might have a few more eyes, but I want everyone to go to this post and try to upvote it, because this is a pretty much a post of what Devios said, but this is obviously another person's opinion on it as well, and I think it's a really good opinion. Some of these things I probably won't agree on, but let's read this together, as I think that this is a really good post, and it was only done on the 2004 on the 7th, and 34 minutes ago. So let's have a look. So I'm not too sure if I know this person, but the name does ring a bell. So this is obviously NAEU regions, and his family name is Al_notable. So I don't think I do know this person, but this was pretty much what Devios said in North America. So since Jay is looking around for feedback for the upcoming balance changes, and there are almost no posts made about it, I guess I'll do one. Even if PA doesn't care about EU and NA, maybe one in a blue moon they will check this place. Who knows? DBS already made a decent write-up about the main issues with PvP balance, so a lot of this is more or less the same. So I can't find DBS's post, sadly. He might have posted this in the partner Discord, but I don't know. So remove resistance in PvP, and I think this is a big problem in the game. So reduce or fully remove hit stagger. Hit stagger is when your character animation gets sped up when you get hit by a lot of abilities. Hit at once. This can make it so protections end before the animation of the ability is fully played out. Just like one step back. If you get hit stucker, the animation ends about halfway in the jump. Really annoying. So yeah, this needs to be a thing in the game, and they need to think about a way to make super armors a bit more transit. It's kind of hard because the server is laggy as it is. Maybe if we got better servers, we wouldn't have this much problem. Maybe even the hit stagger would actually not be a thing. I'm not too sure the full mechanics on this, but from what he says, you get hit, you get sped up. Reduce or fully remove. I read that a lot. I've read that already. So nerf debuffs and speed ups. Make it so that you can't be slowed by more than 20%, or speed up by more than 30% of base. So 5 out of 5 attack speed, caster speed is listed as base. This is not only makes PvP more fun, but also reduces desync when you fight classes like Suck that have a shy buff or a speed spell with absorption buff. Also, thank you for not mentioning Musa. Musa is probably the most broken class in this, but no one ever plays Suck Musa apart from me. I'm just a degen that loves to zoom. So, I totally agree with the movement speed nerfing. There's just too much of it in the game. And with Hit Stacker, you have things like Suck Ninja just going completely up the wazoo, spamming their skills, 30 billion skills within 2 seconds, and it's just bloody irritating. I hate it. This game doesn't need to be this fast paced. It doesn't need to be this fast paced. It never was back in the day. I can promise you. This game was never this fast paced back in the day, and it's just gotten ridiculous. No class should have healing. Healing needs to be a complete overhaul. Some classes are fully reliant on their potions with no other heals. Yeah, there's a few classes that I can name. I think on the top of my head that have that as well. Others get heals and others single abilities. This makes no sense. At the very least, nerf Valkyrie, Zerka, and Draconia healing. And yeah, I will agree on this. I think Succession Zerka heal, the way he goes into his beast mode to fully heal, is so broken. The Valkyrie healing, it's just a complete joke. She is broken through and through. Everything about her is broken. How tanky she is, how much evasion she can have, how much damage reduction, her frontal guard, her block jump, her PA, her grab, everything about her accuracy is busted. So broken. I feel like PA didn't know how to fix her and just gave her everything. So no class should have multiple grabs, and if PA is so keen about keeping resistance, removing the ignore grab passives should be a thing. This is something that I actually posted. I think that they should, I think I might have even said this in my last video, I think they really should remove the ignore grab resist because it's just so broken. Even with a 80, I think it's 85% resist, the Zerkas have like a 30% ignore, and sometimes they use an artifact and it just completely shreds the max resist, making most grabs grabbable all the time. There's even crystals in the game that ignore grabs, so you can get over 100% grab resist, ignore grab resist, really easy if you wanted to, even though the max is 85 or 81. Yeah, so balance hit rate. This is some of the biggest thing that I hate in this game. It made me rage quit last night, in fact. Balance hit rate. Accuracy. Between classes, more evenly summed, classes get good base hit rate on skills. An accuracy passive, an accuracy buff, and an evasion shred, while other classes have none. Give every class access to an accuracy buff and evasion debuff. This is something that I really want on Musa. So, Musa has accuracy buff in Awakening, and it's honestly not too bad, but the Awakening doesn't have an evasion shred. Now, Succession Musa doesn't have an accuracy buff, but it has an evasion shred. Like, it's so stupid. You need to have it so that every class has both, and I completely agree on this. This is an intelligent person speaking, a person that has probably played this game for 7 years, a person that has probably thought about everything in the game, played multiple classes, and understands the current game. I wouldn't say this class has this person that's writing this. I know that some of the texts are from Debios as well, but these are intelligent people that understand the game and know how to PvP. They don't have massive ego problems that I can tell of, and they base themselves and ground themselves to the logic of the game. And even today, I see things like Anfield asking for ranger buffs, or Valkyries asking for buffs as well, when they are so broken. Valkyries are so broken, and Rangers are broken as well, because they have so many fucking iframes. It completely just ruins that class in my eyes. That class is supposed to be high burst, high damage, high accuracy, but very, very high risk in terms of survivability. That's just how it is. Moose is like that too. Okay, so Misty Haze. I don't know much about this skill, so but I'm guessing it's some sort of buff, right? It's completely overpowered and needs to be reworked. If this skill doesn't get nerfed in the upcoming 15 versus 15, will be an even bigger meme. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Now, since PA said they wanted to go with the option 2, which they wanted to turn super armors into frontal guards and reduce the overall damage on paper, this sounds good, but will be very difficult to balance all classes. Now, to be honest, I don't know if they are saying that they want to go option 2 in the partner Discord. I'm not a partner member. So like this videos, maybe I can actually get somewhere on the algorithm. If you can, guys, I appreciate that. But if they didn't, then they never said option 2. They gave us 3 options, and they said that they would like to consider in option 2, but never said they are going to go option 2. I just want to put that out there. At least in my view that they posted. This could be different in the part of Discord. I don't know if they did that, and there's been no videos about them talking about it so far, so I don't know. But the problem with this is that when it comes to like a Musa class, and I'm talking about Musa a lot, again, I play Musa for 7 years. I mean, I'm on and off 7 years, not fully 7 years, but on and off 7 years. And Musa's frontal guard will just get blown up by any class in the game. So every class needs to have like a Valkyrie frontal guard. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. An example would just be a class jumps in with a knife aim, does massive damage. This is a Draconia. This is a Draconia that I'm literally talking about right now. Jumps in with her stupid skill. Then it just does massive damage on her jump, breaks my frontal, and any CC in her kit will just CC and kill me. And then as soon as I'm knocked down, I'm dead. Literally, let's face it, I'm knocked down, I'm dead. I'm not getting up. Doesn't matter if I'm 1.3, 1.4, I'm dead from that. Mostly because classes like Draconia bypass accuracy. Which is my eyes, every class that bypass accuracy in the current meta of the game needs to be nerfed. And every class that can't bypass accuracy in the current meta of the game needs to be buffed. And we should all have like the same accuracy. The word balance means that both spectrums of the field, let's put 2 classes on the battlefield, a warrior, let's put a Draconia, let's put a Maehwa and a Musa. So that will be an unbanked spectrum in terms of accuracy, because the Maehwa can bypass a shitload of accuracy, whilst the Musa can't, because he doesn't have an evasion shred. He has an evasion accuracy buff, but he requires at least like 3, maybe even 4 accuracy crystals, while the Maehwa has all the accuracy in a kit, and maybe even a buff, I can't remember, don't play Maehwa, and she can convert all the accuracy crystals that a Musa would have to use with AP. So she would win all the SA trades if she was evasion, because she doesn't have to worry about accuracy. She's got really good damage now, and she's, you know, evasion, so she will win the SA trade in a competition on Musa. So that's one of the biggest problems, I feel like, as well. And I hate SA trade in meta, just so you guys know. Alright, so let's keep on going. Let me take a Nova Awakening as an example. The class has a limited amount of super armors that makes her move fast towards, moves towards, and some that root her in place. Removing super armors, for example, Whooping Ring, a skill that moves you forward, would become unstable. If you get turned into frontal guard, and especially killing the class, other skills like Royal Fencing, MS is her main close range damage skill that has super armors, and it would be near impossible to play large scale anymore if a skill like this to get turned into a frontal guard. So yeah, I understand this. So a skill, let's put this in a Musa perspective. If I recently had a stupid argument on YouTube with a very immature kid that doesn't understand Musa, but went on my channel anyway and started complaining about the dash. He wanted my dash to turn into, to remove the iframe and to remove the super armor and just have it frontal guard, which means that Musa would get CC'd every single time, and we would have to actually walk to the target. The only skill that we will have in our movement kit would be our Fiery Angel, and he wanted that to be a frontal guard, which completely removes it. Now, even if they changed the iframe to frontal guard, it would still be broken, because all you have to do to kill a Musa is actually slow him down by 50% and then cast a 10% add-on, and he's dead. Now, if we had this in the game, this nerf right here, so that you could say the slowed by more than 20% or attack speed up to 30, so that we can only be slowed by 20%, then it might be a bit different. We can maybe get away a bit more, but it will still be annoying, and our slows are still annoying. And you also have the same problem with HP. Too many classes in the game have more HP than each other. Every class should have the same amount of HP, I feel like. So please, PA, don't go overboard with these changes to super armors and the frontals. Look at skills that are currently too strong, that have super armor CC, and turn these skills into frontal guard. Yeah, I completely agree with this. Like, Awakening Musa has way too many super armors. It's absolutely broken. You can't CC an Awakening Musa, so what's the point? Just kill it with damage. A good example of skills that would be made in frontal guard from a super armor on a Nova, I guess this person's a Nova, by the way, command Frozen Earth super armor ability that applies a freeze. Venchinto super armor with a float. Riminino super armor with a stun. I can't be fucked to pronounce these Italian names. Now, the thing is, this is difficult to do with every class, as ranged classes can actually benefit from having frontal guards compared to super armors. So please approach carefully. Yes, they could benefit from that, but I feel like it wouldn't matter too much, because then the actual trait of the Musa would come in. So a Musa would be easily bypass the frontal guard. And that would be the identity of a Musa. That would be what a Musa should be doing. That's his role, to get into the back line, to see these annoying rangers and kill them. I'm sorry, but that's what a a Musa does. A warrior doesn't complain about being on the front line. It's supposed to be on the front line. Socal, Draconia, these are frontline classes. No matter what you say, they are frontline classes. They are meant to be on the front line. And you don't see these guys in the back line. And if they are in the back line, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like, you don't see a berserker with a 200% in the back line, you know. I mean, I guess that kind of works in some way to trick people, because they're going to waste their skills and then you go in. But yeah. So, as for lowering the overall damage, don't go overboard with it. Mostly try to individual skills that hit too hard, like Draconia, Shift E, and reduce the overall amount of healing accordingly. Mainly look at Valkyrie, Draconia, and Zerka. Yeah, I totally agree. These three classes are absolutely horrendous for damage. I'm not going to say that it's just these three classes. We have Ranger, we have Archer, we have Sork. There are so many classes in this game that just have too much damage. The overall of classes, we all have too much damage. There's just too much damage in the game. We're all just as bad as each other. Now I'm going to leave this link in the description down below. I'll probably put it in the description, and I'll put it as a pinged message. So please visit this and give it some upvotes, guys. We want PA to do option 2. We want PA to do these changes. Now, I'm going to write some things that I want. So I'm not very fancy when it comes to writing, but I will stop the video here and I will show you what I've written. So I created a post. This is just above this person's post. This is my post here, and you can upvote it if you want. But try not to like downvote stuff that is logical. I mean, I know that it's hilariously funny to do stuff, but this is what's ruining the game. You're confusing Privert, and you're just turning this amazing game into a crap game. So please downvote with respect and not abuse. So let's go over what I wrote. So regarding this guy's post at the top of here, so this guy here, I said, I 100% agree with the changes. Something I also like to see are 1. Same level of HP. Everyone in the same amount of HP points. I don't understand why a ranger, Musa, Kuno and a ninja, etc. classes should have very low HP. I understand a frontline class should have a good health point, but the difference in a Musa 6k to a Zerka with 11k HP is crazy. 5k difference in HP is enough to extend your combo by 4 to 6 more skills depending on your AP and their DR and evasion. Number 2. Frontal guards. A Valk's frontal guard is not the same as a Musa or a Sage block. If the frontal guards are going to work, there needs to be a change in how they work. They say all defensive stats aids towards a frontal guard's defense tankiness, HP, damage reduction, and evasion. But it seems like some classes like Valkyrie, Nova, Draconia that have a lot stronger guards than, say, a Musa. If they change the frontal guards, I think the protection length should be a little more. This would stop AoE skills from wrapping around the frontal guard and bypassing it. Frontal guards should be more tanky and be able to take a hit like a warrior's frontal guard, but able to be broken with enough damage. And I just put guard break skills. I think guard break skills are a good idea in a game. Stamina changes. This addresses every class, but I am seeing it as a Musa because he has atrocious stamina problems. Also, Kuno has also really bad problems with stamina. We are in 2024. Black Desert is still a fast-paced action combat MMORPG. Back in the day, BDO was never a giga fast-paced game. The combat was very flowy and fast, but not like we have today. You have about 2 to 4 seconds at max to get a combo out. This strains stamina, but there are still classes in the game that have stamina problems. PA, you need to look at classes and say, what is this class good at? What is the identity of this class, and where should he be in the battlefield? As a 7-year Musa main, mostly Socal Musa, I also say the stamina problems is a pain in the game and should not be a thing. I understand that you need stamina to level out the spamming of skills and the movement, but when it comes to classes like Musa or Socal Musa, this is bad. Right now in RBF in Soc, I go from Zone 1 to Zone 2 and I have to walk half of the way to Zone 2, otherwise all my stamina is gone. There is no stamina management in this kind of class. Soc Ninja forces you on the defense so much that they drain all your stamina by trying to survive and not die. Flanked classes should be able to freely move around the battlefield as a scout and ping target points for the guild in node wars. Etc. We also need stamina for engaging and retreating and playing defensively. I strongly urge Privert to look at the flank class management again. and remove the stamina points from maybe increase the stamina points in some skills, if this needs to be a thing for balance. This also will bring back the identity of a flank class alone, something that has been long forgotten since 2019. I think this is where the game started to fall off. We had a massive plethora of flank classes, but the identity of a flank class kind of faded away during 2019, sadly. Became this SA trading, fast-paced combat game, which is basically what Musa is. I think Musa was kind of the gates to this, to be honest, because Awakening Musa came out and it was the most busted thing ever. Option number 4, is damage and damage modifiers and damage nerf. Now this is very controversy. This may upset a lot of people, but I think overall, if they did it correctly, the damage would be exactly the same, but it would be applied in a different meta, in a different way. Now I'm going to read this saying that option 2 is confirmed. Pretend that option 2 is confirmed, and they nerf resists, they nerf super armors, and they did all the things that I mentioned and the person above mentioned as well. You have a nice balanced game, but the damage would still be a problem. Okay, so I put this: if PA does go with option 2, more frontal guards and less SA, which I really want. Another thing they could do to lower the damage in the game is change the way damage is being created. When the damage when the game first came out, we had things called damage modifiers in the game. They are still in the game today, but these modifiers are useless in the current 1 to 2 shot meta of the game, because we get killed when standing up. If we all have less super armor and more frontal guards, earning a CC is more rewarding and enjoyable. By nerfing the damage of all classes in the game and then buffing the damage modifiers by a lot, 50% plus, would mean you would have to earn a CC. Then when the target is on the floor, all the damage could come out. Now sadly there are grabs in the game, and as a Musa I think they should all be deleted and make people earn CCs like back in the day. There are also suck skills and block jumps that also affect this, but cooldowns and animations length could make it bearable. Okay, so the last one I put grabs. I don't like grabs. Blocks and suction skills. So back in the day, before Ninja, we did not have that many troubles with grabs because of the damage was not there mostly. Now we have all sorts of stupid things that bypass the game mechanics, like grabs, traps, and suck skills. PA already said they are the most broken part of the game. I have tried to balance grabs in my mind, but the only thing that comes to mind is an iframe and grabs not working on frontal guards. Or maybe turning RV into a counter grab mechanic. The fact that non-grab classes have to play at a higher skill level than every grab class in the game is stupid. Can we also address the stupid animations of grabs? A Zerker can hold a player in the air, and even if the player has V'd, you still are in his hands. A long grab is so long, and a tamer's grab is so fast you have to watch a recording in slow motion to understand it. I don't know what the fetish is with giving every class a grab, but the fact that a 5'1" tamer can grab a fully grown 6'7" Zerker ruins the game. Can we please numb the game down to a real level and make Black Desert skill-based again? I want 2024 to be a Black Desert year of recovery and enjoyment. I just want PA to read these posts and as there are a lot of intelligent people who look at everything in a suitable way. So these are my posts. If you can upvote this guy, he's seems to be doing pretty well. Most of it's from DBOS. If you don't know DBOS, then what rock have you been living under? Also upvote my vote, and yeah, let me just Control A and Control C this. Upvote my vote, and hopefully by, let's say, Q3, the game will be fixed. In Q3, I hope the game will be fixed. So it may be like 2 to 3 months. I hope so. Something like this. Maybe a bit more. It depends on how much they have to change, if they will change it. It even depends if they will read any of this. But anyway, this is my thoughts and the post that I made. If you can like this video, it helps the metric out the most. A simple like is better than any comment. Though do not think that I don't want comments. Let me know down below what you think of these posts and the current meta of the game. Let me know what you think we should have and that. And when you're talking in the comments, try to be a bit logical and understanding that every class needs certain things. Apart from grabs, there's no such thing as a grab that you need. You just need more skill. That's the only thing you need. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.